So we have a new series coming up, and I want you guys to introduce yourselves and kind of tell us a little bit about your roles on the series.
Sure. I'm ERIN KRAKOW, and I play Elizabeth Thatcher on One Calls the Heart.
I'm Brian Bird, and I'm an executive producer and the head writer of One Calls the Heart.
Yeah, and one of the awesome things is this is based on a book, a very popular Christian book, right? And it's done super well already. Gonna expand upon like your excitement about it and stuff.
Well, Michael Landon Jr., my partner, and I have been trying to make One Calls the Heart for several years,
Really?
first as a movie and now as a television series, but it's based on a best-selling novel by the Christian author Jeanette Oak, who you might remember from the Love Comes Softly series of books, which were also turned into films for the Hallmark Channel. And we convinced the Hallmark Channel that we had another great franchise for them in When Calls the Heart. And so we made first a pilot, a 2-hour pilot for the show, which aired back in October, and did very well with the audiences. The audience seemed to love it. And the channel said, you know what, we would love to see this as a drama, as a 1-hour scripted drama. Since Hallmark is now moving into the series business, original series business, in a big way. So we're honored to be the second series out of the gate for the Hallmark Channel, and got our fingers crossed, and we're on our knees a lot praying about it. But first week premiere did very well. 3.6 million viewers.
That's awesome. I think it's a perfect home for it. Hallmark is great, because it's got a lot of heart and soul, and that's what the show is about. And your character, Elizabeth, she's coming into town, and she's a school teacher, and how did you, what's her transformation of the series and stuff?
Good question. Well, she's confident. She has faith that she's doing what she's meant to be doing. She's a strong-willed woman, but it's rocky to start. It's a pretty rough beginning. I mean, she's confronted with, number one, this tragedy that has devastated the town. There was this huge explosion in the mine, and so really most of the children that she's teaching are now fatherless. They're dealing with a lot of emotions, so that's a hurdle for her. Also just figuring out how to take care of herself and learning how to navigate this sort of strange friendship relationship she has with Jack Thornton, who is the town Mountie. So
yeah, and there's kind of a little bit of chemistry there, right? I mean, is something gonna go on? Or?
We sure hope so. We're actually writing the words to drive the chemistry, but the real people have to bring it. And we're definitely seeing that happening.
Yeah, it's very fun working with Daniel Lissing. He's a great actor, and luckily I think people are thinking that we have some chemistry, so
that's good.
That is good.
Now, the students are actually in the saloon?
In the saloon.
Oh.
Yeah, the part of the backstory of Coal Valley, which is the world that we've set this in, is, as Erin was saying, it's a coal mining town. There was a coal mine disaster, prior to her arriving, and the church burned down as well, which was the schoolhouse. And the only space big enough in the town to put the students is the saloon. So it's dry during the day, and then the coal miners take it over at night unless she needs to use it for her job. But it's a wonderful idea of blending the world of the adult world and the world of children in school in a place that doesn't usually, wouldn't usually be normal to have a school. But we think it's a great idea for the show, and we toyed around with building a schoolhouse, and we may do that at some point, a new schoolhouse, but so far we haven't pulled the trigger on the new schoolhouse because it's just a rich idea to be teaching school in the saloon.
I think that's kind of cute. And it's based off the Christian novel, so it doesn't have a lot of Christian content weaved in it, or how did you work
Well,
that?
yes, we don't try to bash anybody over the head with the worldview, the Judeo-Christian worldview, but Jeanette is this is the only television show on television across the country that is based on a Christian novel. There's been one other, which was called Christy about 20 years ago, which was a fantastic show. also ironically about a school teacher in Appalachia. But we are doing this show. We think it's radical. We think this is revolutionary. There's not another show like it on television. Get this, a whole family can sit down and watch this show together.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. That's nobody else is doing that. So we feel like we're doing something very radical and revolutionary in making a bold statement saying, if you want your whole family to watch TV together, we have the show for you. Yeah. This is appropriate for you. Mm-hmm. We challenge anybody to show us where else you can actually do that, yeah. on television. And so for us, it's exciting. My best memories, and probably some of yours, are with my family.
Oh yeah, watching TV.
Watching television. And nowadays, it's everybody to their own rooms, to their own iPads, their own phones, their own tablets, their own TVs, watching their little niche channels, right? There's something wrong with that picture, and I think that it's about time that we fix that.
Yeah, for sure. We've loved the content that your company has produced in the past, and we're really excited about this and the stuff that we've seen. We've really enjoyed. So it's exciting what's going on. So thanks so much for talking with me.
Of course, thanks for having
me. Absolutely.
Thanks for watching. Now to find more content, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.